right, so last week I didn't do a game preview for the Cowboys-Vikings game, and I'm wondering if that was the curse that caused us to lose that game and end the 3-game winning streak. So today we will continue the tradition of previewing games with the Carolina versus Vikings game this Sunday at home in Minnesota. I didn't do a preview last week because I was busy. Sorry, it happens. I don't get paid to do this yet. All right, so Vikings versus Panthers. What are we looking for this week? Well, the tale of the tape tells a tale of a rather mediocre group of teams, if you will. I say they're fairly even, but not in a good or not in a very bad way. They're pretty split across the board when it comes to rankings, with the Vikings getting a little bit of an edge on offense because of the Dalvin Cook show. Total offense, Vikings ranked 14th, 20th in passing, 6th in rushing. Panthers come in 17th in total offense, 12th in passing, 15th in rushing. It's been a little up and down with the Mike Davis and Christian McCaffrey being on IR for numerous weeks. And the passing game has really been okay, given the fact that the reclamation project of Robbie Anderson has really hit it off in Carolina. I guess it's true what they say, that once players escape the clutches of Adam Gase, no matter where he's coaching, they turn into the ceiling version of themselves where they excel. So yeah, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, a lot of weapons for the Carolina Panthers. And whether or not, I think Teddy Bridgewater is likely to play. I didn't see him on the injury report, but even if not, PJ Walker looked pretty good last week against Detroit. So there's a lot of offensive weapons for the Carolina Panthers to consider versus this Vikings defense, and that's a good way to segue into the defensive rankings, where somehow the Vikings actually have a little bit of an edge as well. Total defense are 26th for the Vikings, 22nd in passing, 20th in rushing, 24th for the Carolina Panthers in total defense, 25th against the pass, 23rd against the run. This is concerning because I think these statistics don't tell the whole story, especially on the Vikings side. And we'll go back to the offense. You look at that 14th in total offense. A lot of that is garbage time in the first half of the season, and then in the second half after the bye, a lot of it is the run game, which is why we are 6th overall in total rushing this year. 20th in passing hurts, especially when we look forward to this game. We're not going to have Adam Thielen at our disposal. We're also likely not to have Irv Smith Jr., who is listed as doubtful. So they could really stack the box against Dalvin Cook and force Kirk Cousins to win this game with just Justin Jefferson. Maybe put double coverage on him and make him force throws to Chad Beebe and Obese Johnson, which would be worst case scenario for this offense. It would not be able to move the ball at all. So we're going to definitely hope that Dalvin Cook can continue his MVP caliber season and put us on the board. So that's a look at the tail of the tape and where the teams rank both offensively and defensively. Minnesota's last game, loss versus the Cowboys 31-28 at home. Carolina's last game, they beat Detroit, actually shut them out 20-0. So the Panthers have a win heading into this game. The Vikings do not. Team series history, team versus team. Vikings lead the all-time series 8-6. These teams haven't played very much since Carolina entered the league. The last game that Minnesota won was in, I believe, 2016. They won 22-10. And the last meeting between these two teams at all was 3 years ago in 2017. Panthers won 31-22. I believe that game was played in Carolina. And I believe I was very upset about this one particular play where we had the ball, and I forget what it was. It was something about, I'll have to go back and watch it, but Carolina scored a touchdown. You know how you just reach the ball over the goal line, and that's considered a touchdown. All you have to do is break the plane. There was one that we had where it was a call that went against us, and it didn't work out very well. So anyway, that aside, player news, Ezra Cleveland will be out for this game. Adam Thielen is out with this game as on the COVID list. I don't know if he's a positive test or a close contact. I think it's likely the latter and not the former. Mark Fields is back from IR, which is good because that means we can get rid of Chris Jones because he's terrible. And one of the notable player injuries this week was Harrison Smith, who showed up as a did not practice on Tuesday, limited on Wednesday. Or no, excuse me, I got that backwards. Did not practice on Wednesday, limited on Thursday, and I believe he was limited today as well. I haven't seen the final injury report, but the Vikings don't do a great job of posting that in a timely fashion on Friday. Storylines of this game. Number one is, of course, Teddy Bridgewater. This is the game where he comes back to Minnesota as a starting quarterback, likely with enough juice in his team that I think he's going to probably get the win. Special teams for the Minnesota Vikings, does it continue to be awful? Are they going to make mistakes? Are they going to get us into situations that are going to be insurmountable, i.e. poor field position? Let's just hope they don't cause turnovers. Also, some other storylines I don't have up on the board. Run defense, it's clear as day that this run defense is terrible, especially the interior defensive line, after seeing back-to-back Cowboys games where they were able to shred us and then they couldn't do a damn thing against the Washington football team. Alexander Madison, when is he going to get more involved? He needs more touches badly because we are really running the tread on the tires of Dalvin Cook. 32 carries, 30 carries, 34 carries. It's getting to be a little bit too much in a season that's just mounting up to nothing. And lastly, the pass rush. The Panthers, I guess, are expected to get Russell Okung back at left tackle. We've already seen what happens when we don't get a good pass rush against a quarterback and behind a paper-mache offensive line, i.e. Andy Dalton in the Cowboys game. So quarterback pressure has to come from somewhere if we expect to get Bridgewater off his game to help the corners against these really good wide receivers that they have. And Curtis Samuel is going to be one of those players who they're going to definitely be able to scheme up to do just about anything that they want. So that is the game preview for this week against the Carolina Panthers. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.